Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to our QPR Career Mode. If you're not all caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome to today's episode. Powering on as we do, carrying on with this second season, our first in the Prem. We're currently sat in second place, which is mental. We are playing on Ultimate. There's not too much more I think I can do to try and add to realism. We're just playing some good FIFA right now, or FC I should say. But we have got a game against Wolves to kick things off today. Then we have a game against Leicester, and then a cup game away to Charlton, which we will heavily rotate for that game, as the league is still our main focus. Still in the FA Cup though, we are slowly working our way through that, which will be very interesting if we can achieve stuff. We've got some big games coming up though, so that will probably be the main things we get through today. So yeah, hopefully the team is nice and ready stamina-wise when we get around to the game. But otherwise, I will see you at the first game. And as we are advancing, I want to say again a massive thank you to our channel and video sponsors for today, which is westcoastutd.com, your home of all needs for EAFC24. Check out the link down below and go get yourself some coins, some trading guides, some training and playing tips. All things you need FC24 can be found at West Coast UTD, and code HurstyGames will of course save you a discount as well. Thank you West Coast UTD for sponsoring the video. Okay, so our team is ready for the first game of the episode up against Wolves. It is our strongest 11, our usual 11 at the very least, even if it's not the strongest on paper. That is the 11 we are going for. Going into this one, hopefully relatively optimistic to come away with something, because we are sat pretty high up the table, looking pretty good, pretty up there. And yeah, we've just got to hope that we can come away with 3 points today. It's going to be a difficult one. I'm under no disillusion that this is a very good side that Wolves have got, but I'm optimistic we can come away with something, man. They've done Gary O'Neill dirty, because that is absolutely nothing like him. But yeah, fingers crossed we come away with 3 very important points. If nothing else, at this point, to just stay in top 4 is the main focus. So not dropping many points to the end of the season is crucial. But the main thing is to not lose games, not get into like a rut of form. So without further ado, let's get into it. Come to us. Big win early on there in the middle of the park there from Sam Field. Lovely run here from Brun Larson. I'm going to find him with the pass from Sinclair Armstrong. Any options in the box? Not really. I probably shouldn't have put it in the air. Probably should have played that one to feet, but it is got away by the Wolves defence eventually from, again, a bit of a sloppy attempt of an attack, really. Good win again there, nice and high up the pitch from Brun Larson, but it's going to end up going back to Bueno, and we just got to be careful and composed. Unfortunately, we couldn't have a good first touch there from Brun Larson as it goes out for the throw, but looking pretty good, high pressure, high tempo early on, keeping them into their half. I say that as they work their way into our half for the first time here. Sarabia, a little back heel, but yes, Chair picks up the loose pass, and a loose pass of his own to give the ball away again. Just need to be careful in possession. We've got the chance to win this and sort of keep them really penned back in their own half, but we're allowing them to come through here with a chance to Guedes. Guedes is going to go up against Reece Oxford. Oh, mate, a good tackle there at the back. Really needed to step in well, and he did so. Well done to Reece Oxford. Maybe a chance here. Gustavo Hamer just going to try and turn, but turns into trouble. Neto is very comfortably there to win that offers, and we're just giving away silly bits of possession when we're winning it pretty well. And you could argue maybe Wolves giving away possession in silly positions, but we can't afford to do that back. If they're going to give us the ball nice and high up the pitch, let's make the most of it and try and push on with things. But get the chance here, winning it deep there with Larson, giving it away again. It's a really scrappy and not very productive first 20 or so minutes from both sides. Chance here for Bueno, bursting down the left-hand side. We've got to really wake up to this. Reece Oxford, oh, it's a loose touch, but they keep hold of it. No one really closes down. Guedes with the strike, Lavrovic with the save, Lavrovic with the double save. Good double save as well, and it needed to be the second one. It looks like it kind of came off his jaw a little bit there, but I don't care how he keeps it out as long as he does. An ambitious ball forward here. Kilman does end up getting it. Chair with the over-the-top through ball, but it was well defended. Pretty easily defended in the end by Kilman, but yeah, it's real warning signs there as Wolves get the first proper chance of the game. Kenneth Powell stands his man up and stands him up well. Does kick it out for a throw. It's been a really scrappy first half. Not really too much really to show in regards to chances. The first and then very quickly followed by the second chance. Both went Wolves' way. Sarabia keeps it on the pitch there. Doesn't go off for a goal kick. He's going to keep it on. He's going to try and find some help here. Does find help. Has to go back again. Doherty. Can he get the ball in here? Good tackle from Larson. He's getting back and defending really well. That left wing position is being very much not really paid attention to. He's having to sit back as sort of like a left wing back instead, but he's going to bring this ball forward now. Kenneth Bauer with a good run ahead of him, and the referee blows the whistle for half time there as we really do start to look like we can break on the counter and have a good chance there. Would have been us ever so slightly outnumbering the Wolves' defence, but it's got to be a bit of a disappointing half, and a half we have really got to wake up from. That second half is going to be huge. I think, in all honesty, the main thing we need to focus on is keeping possession a little bit better. I'm trying to push forward and make attacks quickly. What I need to do instead is just keep that possession a little bit and create something from there. Brun Larsen hasn't had a bad game, but he's not had a game where he's really been able to impact as a winger. He's got back and defended a lot, and that is why he is tired. He is not coming off for any reason other than he is quite tired. So going to make that change there, bring on Chaplin in his place, and just see if we can just maybe, again, be a bit more sensible in possession, keep the ball a little bit more, and build attacks from that possession. That has got to be the play here. Let's see if we can make it happen. Come on, you Ars. Oxford misses that tackle there. But they're going to try and recycle this. Neto now. I can't really attack in with Clark-Salter. I've tried to, giving Cunha lots of space. And now there's space out on that right-hand side. But Kenneth Powell does really well to step into that. Stops any potential issue that could have maybe stemmed from that. And Chaplin does really well to dodge that tackle. I wanted it down to Hamer. And for the second time of asking, we do get it there. Ilias Chair makes a run. Makes space here for Sinclair Armstrong. First proper chance of the game. And Sinclair Armstrong does not disappoint, finds the back of the net and makes it 1-0 in what has been, as I've said, a very scrappy game. I've also just noticed the kit there. Our name and number are in white. The kit actually has gold. Has that been the case the entire series? And I've just not paid attention to that. That is crazy. But first goal of the game, and it is, with all due respect, very much against the run of play with how the first half went. But Sinclair finds his 14th goal of the season, 1-0 to QPR. Don't really mind with how scrappy things have been. If we keep the lead now, I'll be a happy chap. Although we've not really had chances, and that is our first noticeable chance outside of the double chance, which needed 2 very good saves from Lavrovic. Granted, they've not offered anything either. So let's just keep this a scrappy affair in the middle of the park, and let's stay defensively solid, and we'll see this one through, hopefully. Wolves there. Good step in there from Clark-Salter. Sarabia was trying to bring that ball forward and cause us problems, but thankfully we stop it with the great tackle from Jake Clark-Salter. Armstrong looks up, sees the run from Ilias. Ilias, he's tried to ball roll it. Instead, he's just knocked it into Bentley's path, and Bentley has come away with it there. That would have been fantastic. A fantastic time to score. 20 minutes on the clock. To have found that second and pushed for a 2-goal lead would have been absolutely phenomenal, but it wasn't quite to be. That is disappointing, boys. Wolves just happy to keep possession in the middle of the park for some time there, but I do actually have a triple change inbound that I've been waiting for since before the chance with Chair as he knocked it into Bentley. But Wolves do bring this ball forward again. I think that was Mateus Cunha, but Guedes on it now. Sam Field, not really the direction I want to be running in, but he does pretty well in the end under a fair amount of pressure. Does see that away quite nicely, and a lovely ball here from Doughty into Chris Willock. And look at that run from Chaplin. Can Willock play it across? He can. Can Chaplin bring it down? He can't. Doherty wins it. Armstrong doesn't quite win the second. And I'm not surprised Phil didn't get to that one there on the third. But disappointing. 5 minutes on the clock, and I've still got changes from about the 65th minute that I am waiting for. And they are yet to make their way on the pitch here. Chris Willock, though, just going to bring this ball down. We see a lovely run from Chair and an even better one from Chaplin. And it does find his way through. And we do make it 2, boys. Connor Chaplin sees the game, signed, sealed, delivered, and the 3 points are yours. Let's go. You love to see it. A lovely bit of play, and we've been really working on those counters, and that sort of 4 of like the front 4, the 3 forwards and the cam, and in this scenario being Chaplin, Chair, Armstrong and Willock, just break in that line of 4. You can see it there up against their 4-man defence, and it's a lovely bit of play, a lovely through ball as well. And Chaplin, the man who came on at half-time, does find the back of the net to make it 2-0. As I said, I do have a handful of changes happening here as well that will happen now 20 minutes later than I had hoped for. But we are taking off Clark-Salter, Powell and Hamer. We bring on Ozzy Kakai, we bring on Cashin, and we bring on Andre Dezel. So 3 like-for-like changes, a centre-back, a full-back and a centre-mid for a centre-back, a full-back and a centre-mid. And it should just now be a matter of minutes. They're not probably any of them going to get any touches of the ball. But at the end of the day, we've got the 2-0 win, and that is what matters. It would have been nice for a couple more minutes for those guys and a few minutes off of the legs of the guys we took off, but that is not a problem. We take the 2-0 win. We made it difficult. That first half was scrappy. It wasn't good football. It wasn't nice. But from 3 chances, we find the back of the net twice. Unfortunate with Ilias's touch just going into Bentley instead of him just dragging it wide of him. But a really, really, I'm not going to say good performance, but eventually a convincing performance in front of goal. Defensively, we kept them to few chances, but we need to just be a bit more resolute on the ball, give away less sloppy moments of possession. But 2-0, and I'm very happy with that. Well, very happy with that result. It keeps us in that second place in the table. Still 5 points behind City, but honestly, that is not our main focus. Our main focus is staying ahead of whoever is in like 6th, 7th place. So the fact that we are comfortably ahead of that chasing pack is fantastic. 8 points clear of Spurs currently. Still 6 points clear of United, but they do have that game in hand. So we are a maximum of 6 points clear, but we could be as little as 4 points clear ahead of 5th place. But realistically, again, the main focus where we are now is staying in a European spot. The fact that we're up here is mental. Again, I'm playing on Ultimate. I don't know what more I could do, but we're playing really well. I'm probably going to have some stuff with like the youth system and stuff pop up before the next game. But if anything happens, I'll see you before the Leicester game. Otherwise, I'll see you there. As predicted, we have some youth players to look at here. As we know, they have got to be pretty phenomenal to get into our youth system at the moment with how good that youth squad is looking. And Frankie Leach, I'm afraid, does not quite live up to that potential. Jaden Cooper, maybe we'll give him another month. 600k as a starting is not too shabby at all. Charles Goodwin, I'm afraid that rating is not going to cut it. Same with you, Bradley Hartley. Michael Smith could be decent at £1 million. Okay, we're going to need to pick up him. He looks pretty gosh darn good. Morgan Young, it's a no as well. We're going to have to pick up Michael Smith for sure. He's going to go straight in that system. And Jaden Cooper will give him another month or so to be scouted. But yeah, that youth system is just starting to look a bit unreal, boys, isn't it? Let's be honest. We are really starting to look decent. But Michael Smith, 60 rated, 79 to 94, 4-star, 4-star at the age of 17. Fair play to you, mate. Let's just get these, you know what, Poacher, get that sprint speed near to that acceleration, get the shooting stats up, get the agility, the reactions. I'm here for that. That's great. 85 curve already as well. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get him well and truly looking decent, and he will undoubtedly go out on loan next season because he has got potential, boys. My rule of thumb is normally when they get 60, promote them, try and get them loaned out, but he's just joined the youth system. Let's keep him there. 6'2" as well. This guy could be unreal. Okay, here we are going into our game against Leicester. A couple of changes. Jimmy Dunn comes into the side as he asked to play, as did Connor Chaplin. So Connor Chaplin is starting on the left. Brun Larsson's going to go central. Armstrong and Clark sort of find their place on the bench, but both will most likely get a few minutes coming on. We do have a cup game next against Charlton, so there is probably going to be some heavy rotation in the squad anyway. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Second against, I think they're 16th, so they're teetering around the relegation, but they are currently out of the relegation spots at the moment, Leicester City, and I'm sure they'll be wanting to try and keep that up. So let's see if we can keep them down and amongst it and keep ourselves nice and comfortably near the top of the tree. That is the aim here. But we've seen, as we saw in the last episode, it doesn't matter who we're playing in the league. Anyone can beat anyone. And we've got to hope today that the tail of the table sings true and the team that should win on paper also wins on the pitch. Come on, you Oz. Mavididi takes it past Doughty there. Doughty didn't really put much of a foot to him, but it's a good tackle from Hamer. But Sumare is going to pick that up in the middle of the park. Dewsbury Hall with a little back heel to Achimpong. Achimpong, look at this little triangles here. They're playing like a modern day Leicester in the Championship, and they're just, you know, outclassing the team against them. But Oxford wins the ball there. That is an incredible bit of chest muscle usage there. Fair play to you, Reece Oxford. I wish I had a trampoline on my chest like that, lad. But it doesn't quite stop the corner. Ball's going to come in. It's not a great cross, but Suter picks the ball up. It's a strike at Labrovic's goal, but Labrovic is equal to it. And yeah, just like in the Wolves game, the team we're against, the home side, come away with the first chance. And we just need to settle this one down a little bit. Kenneth Powell plays it to Sam Field here. Bit of a run from Chaplin, but Larsson's going to be the player that we look for here. And we're going to now play it into Ilias Chair, but that pass is terrible from Brun Larsson, but he does well to win that back, actually. Gets it from Chaplin, and a nice, calm, composed finesse into that bottom corner as he finds the back of the net. First time of asking our first shot at the goal, and it is our first goal of the day. Lovely bit of play in the end after making the mistake with the pass. Wins it back high up the pitch. A lovely pass from Chaplin. He stayed on side. I was slightly surprised to not see the flag go up there, but nice, calm and composed, placed into the bottom corner, and the keeper could not get to that one. But Brun Larson makes it 1-0, And he's a happy chap. Fair play to him. Back in the scoring. I don't know how many goals he's got this season. He's got himself 15, so he's got as many as Sinclair Armstrong and has played considerably more out wide. So fair play to him. But yeah, 1-0, 18 minutes in. And it's 1-0 to QPR. Gustavo Hamer plays it into Chair's path here. And now Chaplin with a chance to just run it down wide. But there's no real chance in the box. We're going to play it to Chair here. He's just going to take it past one. He's going to do a bit of a find himself space. Does like he does in real life. And what a finish that is. Ilias Chair finds the back of the net. And it is a lovely strike as well. What a finish from Ilias Chair, my man. That is a thing of beauty. Like I said, does exactly what he does in real life. Just takes it past a player, finds some space in that sort of central third in front of the box. And what an absolutely sumptuous strike that is from the Moroccan man. And 2-0 immediately after the first. And that is exactly what you want to see. A lovely finish from Ilias. Oh, it doesn't get better than that. What a goal. Great tackle high at the pitch here from Sam Field. Chair finds Larson. Larson's going to take his time. Looks down. Finds Chaplin back inside to Ilias. Oh, the player nearly gets there, but it drops to Brun Larson. And boys, if you didn't think it could get any worse for Leicester City, it has well and truly started to. The dances are out now, boys. It's 3-0 after not very long. And that is an absolutely fantastic start from us there. The play from Chaplin. I have to say, the passing from Chaplin out wide is considerably better from when we've had Larson out there. I'd even argue it's better than when Willett cuts in from the other side. Chaplin really does offer something in that left wing position. It's something we're going to have to think about because Sinclair Armstrong is the man I want in front of goal. But Brun Larson's goal scoring is giving us something to think about, boys. A fantastic showing so far. And at 3-0, you'd have to say we're looking good for it. It's about half an hour on the clock. And it is 3-0 to QPR, away from home, don't forget. Jimmy Dunn, lovely pass there to Chaplin. And Chaplin again, just going to take his time bringing this ball forward. No real pressure on him. Leicester sort of backing off him a little bit. It's a shame that he doesn't find the pass. Winks steps in well, but Willock does pick it up eventually there. Going to play it back inside to Ilias Chair, who can't quite keep the ball there. But you can just see Leicester are just sort of backing off. When we're bringing that ball forward, we're getting from the midfield third to their third with very little sort of attempt at stopping us from trying to push on. Oh, bad tackle there from Kenneth Powell, and the ref has stopped it immediately. It is a yellow card. I worried for a second there that could have been a lot worse. I went in for the ball, but I just very badly mistimed it, and he played the ball through instead of dribbling. If he'd continued the dribble, I think it would have been, at the very least, nearer to a good tackle. But yeah, not a great tackle at all. But McAteer makes his way off the pitch. No injury there, just straight up not happy with it. Could have waited 3 seconds till half-time. But yeah, they make the change before the break. The free kick isn't very good. And we go in at the break 3-0 up. Very, very happy with that so far. You can see the away fans loving life there despite the weather. But really happy with that performance so far. Brun Larson has had moments of luck, you could argue, with some of the finishing. But 2 very composed finishes and 2 goals he has for himself today. Going to take off... Oh, actually, I'm not going to make that change quite this early yet because Ozzy probably will play in the cup game. We'll keep Larson on for the start of the second half because Linden will probably play the cup game. So I'm just trying to think a little bit here in regards to rotation. I think what would maybe make sense... Can Larson play Cam? He can. I think, you know what? I think this is what we're going to do. We'll give Armstrong the second half. Brun Larson to drop into that sort of Cam role there. Actually, it might make more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Brun Larson out on the left and run Chaplin in that Cam role. So just the one change at half-time. And it's a pretty attacking change, to be honest. A fantastic goal from Ilias Chair. Definitely the goal of the episode. Quite possibly our goal of the season so far. And it's you know, give him an early break. Let him have the second half off and rest up to maybe make a bit of a feature in the cup game. Potentially, should squad rotation require it. But honestly, more of the same. The clean sheet is the main thing from here now. Yeah, more of the same, boys. Let's go. Great tackle here from Chaplin high up the pitch. Going to bring it forward now. Chaplin down to Sinclair Armstrong. Armstrong with the strike. And with the goal, what a finish that is there from Sinclair Armstrong. That is an absolutely sumptuous strike from the young man. Finds a top corner, and it is one hell of a finish. I don't see Armstrong dancing like that anytime soon. He is so passionate when he scores a goal, I'll tell you right now. He does nothing but absolutely scream his lungs out, boys. But that is 4-0 against Leicester, and it's just been an absolute whitewash. As I've said before, sometimes you just come up against teams that your formation and your players really fare well against, and that has been Leicester City. That we have matched up really well against them today, tactics-wise, formation-wise, player-wise, the lot. Ball inside here to Chaplin, who's just offside. That's a shame, but I have made a plethora of changes now, and that is purely for A, a bit of stamina, and B, just fresh legs. So Larson, Field, Dunn and Powell make their way for Smith, Dizelle, Clark Sauter and Ozzy Kakai. All pretty much like changes. Smith out on that left wing, Dizelle on in the middle of the field, Clark Sauter on at centre-back, Ozzy on at right with Doughty moving to the left. It all makes sense. You guys understand it. But 4-0 and not long really left on the clock. Semedo up against Doughty, and Doughty does really, really well there. Just stays strong, wins that ball, no foul as well, and sets Paul Smith away. And Smith now is going to say, provided he gets there first, that ball is all his. And Paul Smith, no one in the box to help him out though. The positioning from Armstrong just wasn't it. I just wanted to tap it across and just have that easy tap in, but no one made the run, and the touch from Smith at the end was a little bit too heavy, and it is going to end up being a wasted chance there, sadly. Oh, well won, high up the pitch here from Sinclair Armstrong. Going to lay it off now. Andre Dizelle going to try and play it through to Chaplin, but Suter is there and intercepts it really well, actually. Going to try and bring this away here, but we're struggling to win this ball off them. Ozzy doesn't really commit too well there to Christensen, who's going to try and probably get that ball in there. Doesn't, but Ozzy does make up for his first missed tackle and wins the ball second time of asking, and is going to win that header as well. Lovely stuff there. Gets bit of a lot to ask there from Willock, but Ozzy Kakai is just going to keep bursting forward now. Semedo, possibly, I think, actually, it might be Mavididi trying to close him down, but Ozzy Kakai keeps hold of it here. Still going is Ozzy Kakai. Still got it. Still got it. And the shot, not his finest moment. I'll be honest with you. I just saw Ozzy Kakai's name in lights, and I had to try it. You guys know I love Ozzy. Ball played forward here. Mavididi tries to win it. Reece Oxford is very equal to it. Going to get that ball away. And that is all she wrote, boys. A very convincing 4-0. You can hear the Leicester fans are not happy with that one at all. But the QPR fans are elated, as they should be, with a comfortable win that sees them still stay up at the top ends of the Premier League, boys. Second place and all to play for right now. Great performance from Brun Larson and a wonder goal from Ilias Chair. And a nice little finish as well from Armstrong, let's be honest. But 4-0, and I'm very happy with that one. What a wondrous display in the league that hopefully we can keep up with a pretty good result in the Cup. Again, looking to really rotate and bring some of the non-first team players in, give them a chance. A lot of the youth players get some minutes, and a lot of the sort of squad players as well also come on and get some chances in the Cup. So, yeah, again, unless anything happens, see you at the game. Okay, here we are, our Cup team heavy rotations here going into the Cup. Mahoney, Larketch, Cashin, Dunn, Ozzy Kakai, Pedder, Dizelle, Andrew, Paul, Smith and Dykes. Now, obviously, Randall is a player that I've been mainly running in the Cups, but decided to start Dykes because he's not getting many minutes. And Randall can come on either if things are looking good or just fresh legs anyway. So that's going to be the plan. That's going to be the team up against Charlton. And fingers crossed, again, we can come away just with some chances basically for the rotated squad to keep getting minutes. Obviously, it's more games, which isn't ideal going into the latter stages of the Premier League and latter stages of the season when you really need to be winning anything and everything that you can. But a cup run, although it's not my priority, again, for the squad players, it's a really helpful thing for stamina, or not for stamina, but for fitness, for match sharpness, and just general game time development, all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed the boys can power through, if not for the sake of a cup, for the sake of their own chances to impress and get more game time. Come on, you Oz. Let's see if we can continue this little cup run we're on. Andrew turns and finds Andre Dizelle. Lyndon Dykes up against this 5-back. He's going to have plenty of work with 3 centre-backs to himself to deal with. Andre Dizelle gets tackled by Ness, but it's going to drop to Pedder as well here. Lyndon, first touch, finds space, but hits it off the defender. Is it going to go for a corner? No. Watson keeps it alive. but he nearly kept it alive for Andrews there, which would have been interesting. But Dazelle is going to drop to him at the edge of the box. Finds Paul Smith. Paul Smith with the driller into the defender. But it's not away. Andrew tries to strike again. It's a bit scrappier, boys, but chances are appearing. Paul tries to shoot this time. Hits the defender again. Going to try and find space here again for Paul Smith. Paul Smith finds Dazelle, and Dazelle with that finesse just wide of the post. It's an unfortunate chance that just misses. Look at that. It's a really good effort, but it was always just steering clear of the keeper's post there. It's still 0-0, but a really positive start. Paul Smith, lovely turn there. Looks inside and finds Pedder. Pedder is going to look down and find Paul. He's going to look up and find Andrew. Andrew, have a go, mate. On that left foot. Isted wasn't overly convincing with the save, but it was still a save. It's a good save eventually in the end as well. Doesn't find its way into the back of the net as a keeper. That is all you can ask for there. But Dazelle is going to find his way out here. We're going to try and find Lyndon Dykes. We're not going to. We're going to find Ozzy Kaka. We're not. We're going to find the defender. Dazelle, first time, plays it into Smith. Ozzy Kakai also hits it wide of the post. I've just tried to finesse it into that far corner, and he's hit it wide. It's unfortunate. It's bobbled just as he's hit it, but it's one you'd want him to get on target there. It's still 0-0 somehow. Paul Smith takes it past one. Going to look up and find Dazelle. Dazelle tries to play it wide to Ozzy. Gets it back to him eventually. Ozzy Kakai into Lyndon. Lyndon with the strike, and Lyndon finds the back of the net for the first time in the game that Lyndon Dykes has actually had space and time to shoot, and he shows the other players how it is done. It's 1-0 to QPR in this cup tie, and it's a good finish as well, just nice and calm and composed. Lovely bit of play on that right hand side. Lyndon one touch with his left and then just hits it outside of the defender on his right. A 0% goal expectancy there, but he makes it work for him. Lovely stuff, Lyndon Dykes, mate. Good finish. It's 1-0. I don't know how many goals he scored in the cup. Is it going to tell us? It doesn't tell us. Oh no, it does. 3 goals in 2 matches in the FA Cup. Fair play to you, Lyndon, mate. Again, he's there when we need him, is Lyndon Dykes. It's 1-0, boys. Andre Dazelle wins this ball nice and high up the pitch, actually. He's going to have to turn and find a little bit of space. Finds Paul Smith. Down here to Paul. Into Lyndon. Oh, it's unlucky. Lyndon Dykes with a bit of space here. Finds Paul. Paul finds Andrew. And Andrew finds the top corner. Lovely, lovely finish from the young man. And after a bit of time where he's really struggled to actually find decent shots on target, we've seen it in a couple of games. But Andrew, I think, finds his first goal for the club. Lovely bit of play. And 2 of our young prospect players combine to find a lovely goal in the FA Cup there. Paul with a lovely pass into Andrew, who made a lovely run in between the defenders there. And it's a fantastic finish. Well done to the young man. Again, fairly sure it's his first goal for the club. And just like that, it's 2-0, boys. Got a chance here. Play it inside. Fraser finds May. May has the strike, but Cashin gets across to it well. As Charlton have their first chance of the game, you can hear the crowd a bit pumped up by that one. Dobson's going to go out wide there to take it. And they're going to see if they can get a decent chance here from their first corner of the game, but it's not a great corner. Paul's going to get it clear, but only as far as Fraser. Cashin again gets in the way as Hector tries to strike, and we do bring it away eventually, but it was a little bit scrappy. It wasn't anything particularly convincing. Paul Smith with space here. Our young, oh, not really young, but small and very quick player. And Paul Smith, he's going to be very unselfish, and Andrew is going to bag himself a brace, and he's going to go over and embrace, hopefully, with Paul Smith to thank him for... No, he's not. You know what? Sod it. We'll just celebrate again. But Andrew finds his second, got his first for the club, and now he's found to a potential player that could prove to be something a little bit more down the line. But I think he's going to need a couple of loans out to maybe find that form and potential. But lovely bit of play, unselfish from Paul Smith. Sets it on a plate for Andrew. We said his shooting wasn't overly convincing in other games, but that one would have been pretty hard to miss. But it's 3-0, boys, and it's very convincing. Andrew wins the ball high up the pitch here, and Andrew this time could be the assister for a goal. It's not going to be because the pass is pretty terrible as Lyndon tries to set up a goal there, but Paul couldn't quite find the strike cleanly enough for that hit in the defence. But the pass from Andrew ended up really letting Lyndon down there. But it's a very, very convincing first half as we go in 3-0 to the good at the break with a brace from Andrew and a fantastic finish as well from Lyndon Dykes. But we are going to make a change, and that change is going to be Lyndon Dykes. Again, nothing against him. The guy's playing fantastically well. But let's give Randall some minutes. Give the young lad some minutes. Come on the pitch and really show us what he can do. It says he can play cam, but he can't. He's on a -5 if we put him there, so I'm not going to do that. He can come on at striker. And yeah, when he played previously, I'm fairly sure he scored 1, maybe 2 goals in that cup game when he first started. So let's see if he can do the same today. But it's 3-0 at the break, 3-0 for the second half. And hopefully the ticket into the next round is already confirmed. Let's just see it through. Payne plays it past there, finds Eden, is how I'm going to say that. Probably saying it wrong, but May heads it down to Fraser. I was saying our ticket into the next round is all but confirmed. And that is a little something, just as a little wake-up call. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. 3-1 as Fraser finds the back of the net from a very nice header down from May after a good bit of play on the right-hand side, or our right-hand side there, left. Plays that ball across that back post. And May, with acres of space, able to just head it down. And Fraser, calm, composed, and finds the bottom corner. 3-1. The clean sheet's gone. And I guess the tie is not over yet. Zell plays it through to Andrew. Andrew going to find Randall. Randall takes it past Hector, who does eventually step back in. Dobson gets it clear. That's unfortunate because the run from Andrew there was really nice. He was, if anything, looking for his hat-trick. And boys, just like this, hold on a second. Watson brings it down on the right-hand side. May plays it back to him. Got to just be careful here to not give anything silly away. Well done, Cashin and Larketch to get back there. But Paul loses out now. Cashin just about gets it clear, but Fraser wins it. Gets it to Leyburn. And boys, it's 3-2. Charlton are trying to fight a way back into this, and we do not need to mess this one up, boys. This would be a terrible, terrible turn to throw this one away here. Cashin doing well initially to step in, but gives it away, and Leyburn there plays it again to that near post. Mahoney gets down, but doesn't get down particularly well, doesn't make himself big enough, drops his hand, goes above it, and it is in the back of the net. And boys, like I say, I'm not throwing this one away. Changes to be made here. Let's not be silly. Ziad Larketch, I think, can probably end up staying on. Dazell's going to come off for Sam Field. Let's just shore that midfield up just a little bit here. What other change can we potentially do? You know what? We're going to take off Cashin, bring on Clark Salter on that left-hand side. Just shore up that defence just a little bit. Bring on a solid DM and bring on one of our starting centre-backs. Nothing crazy. I'm not going, you know, panic buttons and bringing on Armstrong and Ilias Chair and all sorts. Just a couple of changes, just a few experienced heads in there, just to settle the nerves a little bit. After giving away 2 from being 3 up, we've now just got a 1-goal lead. I said, let's just keep that clean sheet, and it is gone in a flash, and it's gone with aplomb as well. 3-2, boys. 30, 25 or so minutes on the clock. Let's not throw this one away. Corner for Charlton here. A chance for them to try and play this in there. Fraser plays it short to Payne. Payne finds Fraser. Oh, and the little play there is lovely. Payne, edge of the box to Blackett Taylor. Plays it up to Hector. Well stepped in there, Samfield. That is why he is on the pitch. But a lovely back heel. Pedder steps in well to stop that advancing and increasingly worrying chance there for Charlton. But a lovely ball through now. Randall is going to play it over the top. Paul Smith is surely going to get there first. He does. Tries to play it across. Blocked well, but Pedder picks it up. Andrew with the strike on his left. Ambitious, but not a million miles away from the goal. But it was off target. It's a good looking attack, but on that turn, it was always going to be difficult to find the back of the net there. But not a bad effort. But again, let's not throw this away. Paul plays it inside to Randall. Randall takes it past Hector, and this could be Randall's chance to put his stamp on the game. And he does so very, very convincingly. Fair play to him. Makes it 4-2 and brings back the dance from the last game because it's our 4th goal. But lovely stuff there from Randall to find the back of the net. And some of the young lads just enjoying the moment, as they should. We've had a bit of a blip here in the second half, and a blip that very nearly could have cost us a lot. But a lovely composed finish on his left foot, finds the top left-hand corner, and Randall hopefully has put the cushion well and truly back on the game. And 2 goals now with not long left, and you feel a lot more confident. Good play here. Watson on the ball. Larketch is going to have to try and come to him, but can't. Clark Salter comes across really well, though. Wins that ball nice and high as a good chance to bring that away as well. And Randall now going to look out wide, and look at that run there from Paul with the space that Paul has got. I'm sorry if you can hear my dog. She is having a bit of a mare in the background, but a bit of a wasted chance there. Jones comes away with it, and that's probably going to be all she wrote. I don't think we're going to have much more after this. Maybe Charlton come away with a 3rd. I'm not too sure, but Samfield wins that really well. Pedder, maybe a chance to try and push for a late 5th. No, Hector wins the ball there, comes away with it, and that there is all she wrote. 4-2 in the end. After 3-0 at half-time, Not the scoreline I was predicting for the end of the game, but Chart made a go of it in the second half. We, in the end, ended up being just a little bit too good just to see it out after that blip, but it did need a couple of first-team players coming on. 3 away games today, but 3 wins away from home. 1 pretty convincing and 2 not quite as convincing, but wins nonetheless. And that, I think, really is what matters. The Wolves game was scrappy, but we got there. Very convincing win against Leicester, and a good convincing first half and a not so convincing second half against Charlton. But we do see ourselves through in the Cup and have Rotherham in the next round. In the 6th round of the FA Cup, we play against Rotherham. But we've got Burnley and we've got Tottenham. My God, I forgot Tottenham's name then for a second. Sorry, Spurs. Before them. But those 3 games will be in the next episode, which we start again in 2nd place in the Premier League, which is mind-boggling. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you are, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. If you want to check us out on our live streams, then there's links to both my Twitch and my TikTok down below. We stream on both. And again, a massive thank you to West Coast UTD, again, your home of all your FC24 needs. Code Hursty Games gets you a discount. Make sure you check them out in the link down below. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.